Hello, I'm the Dark Fae, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. There's something I wanted to try, which is what happens if I, just delete everybody right now. I don't really want to fuck up my game, though. You know? What if I click open? Okay. Like, what would that do? I kind of want to try it, but I also kind of want to, play through everything. Oh. Access keys found so far from tower rotation. Key pair 1, gear. 240 clock time, 221, a 3-digit number combination somewhere. Key pair 2, boat. Spaceship. Key pair 4. Well, 221 is the one with the meeting notes. What? Can I do a thing where I set my time? To 240? And then internal 2, 2, 1. Hey! Achievement unlocked stonks. Project plan outline, high level overview. Create human readable version of fabric benchmark results, suggesting we live in a simulated universe. Oh! Wait. Emulate fabric benchmark results in virtualized environment. Build parameters for genetic iterations. Custom elevated access levels for one or more entities. Iterate until simulation is stable for target time threshold. This is our small-scale simulated universe. Observe effects of elevated access knowledge of simulation. Oh. Fabric benchmark results? This is like the devs or whoever maybe talking about how Monica's Suddenly Epiphany is like a simulation. It's like an experiment that they conducted. Observe effects, clock recorder, pitch findings to upper management as a profitable venture. Do not go through Barry. Go straight to upper management. Get promoted, job saved. Possible team members, Ro, Ravi, Lib. Fix naming scheme conflict with lib folder. Hive. Sure, why not others? VM1 current project, VM2. VM1 details, literature. Production of text assets, easy data collection. 4 entities, characters. Small physical space, efficient for server and genetic iterations. Highly elevated access permissions creates very stable connection window for data collection in exchange for less realistic simulated scenarios. Highly elevated access permissions? Is that like... I could delete it. Interesting. Just gonna look at all these. Okay, so it's just tower keys. Spaceship. UFO? I don't know. I'm suspicious of like everything now. But okay. Let's continue. Doki Doki. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Achievement unlocked, start a new game. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. It is still there though. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Faye? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. Sure you didn't. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Doesn't this sound familiar? I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? It sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say, sure? Hey, Faye. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse, but she do, cause she's a demon. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Easily. You just say no. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Faye, you know that? It's nothing, really. I just realized I'm like looking all around the scene for like any clues, but there wouldn't be, right? Because this is all just like a set thing. Anyways, shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly followed Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Oh, that gave me a little bit of like, eh? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Faye. All words escape me in the situation, because this club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet the both of you. So I ran into Faye in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Faye? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, is it? You certainly succeed at that, Monika. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have really worked hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Faye, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep, complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. Oh, wait. I like it. Last time she said she wouldn't expect that. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called— Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Faye? Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision, and everyone drinks. I still have other clubs to look at it, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Faye. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Faye? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Faye, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Hey, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Took Sayori's laugh. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? No, you won't. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yes, you will, but you can only pick one. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I hate to break it to you. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. A dream. I was wandering in an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room. its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. I'm not sure if that's Monika or Natsuki. Or not Natsuki, it was Sayori. Anyways, because I did Yuri's in my first playthrough, which if you haven't seen, go check out somewhere in here and I'll maybe link it down below. We're gonna try Natsuki's now. So maybe I can still unlock the... Oops. Kitty! Right. Games. Sing. Heart. Strawberry. Kiss. Rose. Oh. Cute. Valentine. Twirl. Boop. Socks. Sugar. Sweet. Giggle. Parfait. Mouse. Blanket. Little flower. Okay. Hi, good Faye. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Any secrets around? Nothing different. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Faye. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Little bit of a jump. It's fine. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monika, you're a little... Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Faye. Oh yeah, everything's a little... Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Well, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you like. You might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. There we go. Whew. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. Hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Secrets? Fucking wanna come? She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Faye. Consider this a lesson don't judge a book. In fact... Oh, it doesn't even like... Oh, weird. The history is like really wrong. It doesn't take into account like a bunch of it. Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mole. Mole is like the Japanese like expression maybe for like something that's super like mole, you know, like cute like that, I guess. Don't just stand there. You what? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling for me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? What's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I used to read a lot of slice of life. Not a lot. Well, yeah, here and there. Well, a few. I think I was still more into like the shoujo, like more fantasy, magic-y ones. I kind of grew out of these, and it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Aw, cute. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. You say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I couldn't even bring it up without them being all like, eh, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes you want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm like that with K-pop. I don't know, I don't really... Anyways, I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. Just waiting for our eyes to just turn back. You gotta keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she's started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh. Well, that's lovely. Oh, jeez. Oh no, that's the glitch is now actually there. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... Oh. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Faye. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Let's do Yuri first because we know she doesn't like it. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I just start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. The thing about playing this again is like it doesn't really scare you that much. It might is when like things like try to jump at you maybe, but Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. Yeah, make their style very deliberate. Pick a style separate and the form fit the two, and the result is they're both weakened. Just stammering totally gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different techniques and skills that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little biased. Shouldn't say anything. Sorry, it's fine. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Ghost under the light. This is the same, yes. The light flickers, I flicker back. I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. I don't read script very often. Since this is similar, I'm kind of speeding through it a little bit, and also my voice is dying a little. Easy to judge. Are you in a ghost? It's not actually about a ghost. And you don't only glanced over it, but they express their thoughts and feelings to do more. Only symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past and seem to be left with nothing. I haven't thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing. Just makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, I won't be long before you pick up on these things. Maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. Counting on you. Okay, Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Oh, so then the first time that I did this, she had a similar response? So I got like enough points maybe to... I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Oh. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Oh, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours is really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Ugh, you're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours. Yeah, this is all the same. Eagles can fly. Yeah, told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. Why are you so convinced? Well, because everyone in high school thinks it's all sophisticated, no one takes my writing seriously. But it hits you hard, like in this poem. It's heartening. Bring out the feeling on the last line. I swear, if I could just keep clicking and then all of a sudden it just scares me. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? You guess not? Okay. Monica. Hi, Faye. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Because she's always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Faye. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Faye. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No, it kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. You say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fuzzy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look on the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. See, I'm pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Is it the same? He wasn't looking at me. No, it is different. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Yeah, because the hole in the wall was different because it was talking about like she was on the inside looking out instead, and that like he was looking back at her. But yeah. So now she's like the feeling of being trapped is like starting to close in and she wants to get out of the game. So what do you think? It's very freeform. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. This is something I didn't catch until someone pointed it out to me in the comments of my first playthrough. But you can hear the music and how it's a little off. It's a little bit in a minor key. It's because, look, right here. It's Sayori. So fucked up. I think some of like the things that pop up are like random. There's some like percentage chance that it will happen. So it's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Ah, right, the argument. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Faye did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Faye liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Faye appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Ugh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Faye started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Faye hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me, as if she just noticed I was standing there. Faye, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged into this? It's not like I know anything about literature, but however, I should probably agree with one of them. I think is what it said. Let's go Natsuki. Last time we did Yuri. Oh, right. It doesn't let me pick. Hey, Monika. Hey, Faye. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? You mean the way that you're stepping out of the game? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. See, this part, this is what I'm talking about with like the meeting notes that were in the files. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. I wonder... Okay, no, we don't get to see what they said. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Also, kind of starting from this point in the game, you know, like, start to notice that, oh look, see, she's gone. The protagonist, me, they say less and less and less in the game. Like, they kind of stop being a part of the game and it just kind of steps back. It's really strange. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Hey, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Faye. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understanding. Save it here. Yep. Do I want to keep going? No, I think we'll end it here. And do the next poem. I forget if it's the second day or if it starts over one more time. I think it's the second day, but we're gonna still go the Natsuki route. But yeah, let's see if actually we got any more. Wait, what? We got anything else? Nope, we didn't. So probably you have to get all of the scenes like before in the first part of the game, right? But I do still want there to be a continuation of her first poem. There it is, yeah, and he was on the other side looking in. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. Yeah. One of 11 special poems. DDLC selects 3 random special poems to appear when it is started for the first time. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what one of the secrets is. Oh, okay. I feel less bad then about not having as many things, but alrighty. That is the new beginning of the new game of Doki Doki Literature Club. So, oh well, I'm just gonna look around for a little bit. Oh, can you hear me? There's a little devil inside all of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire into their stomachs, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable, tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. That's, yeah, so this is into their willpower, that's Sayori, or into their stomach, forcing them to drown, it's, Natsuki, and then this one is Yuri. I don't know Natsuki's too well, it's just, I think she has, like, an abusive dad, and then, like, she has, I think what it is, like, she has some sort of eating disorder, whether it's, like, it might be, like, a combo of anorexia and bulimia, it sounds like, if it's forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, stuff like that. So, I'm also now just looking at all the poems, trying to see if there's any, like, hidden clues. I don't know why. Oh, wait. I don't acquire all of Sayori's other poems. The poems from Sayori distributed at special events in the past. There once was a ladybug. It was so small it took a really long time to crawl from here to there. It was very tiring to fly for too long. Nobody squishes ladybugs because they're cute. Does that make them better than other bugs? Do ladybugs know they're cute? I think they're too preoccupied with bug things. And so, the ladybug crawled around and did bug things. The story wasn't really going anywhere. But I know you don't mind. I hope you think it's nice for being there anyway. Like ladybugs. Like this ladybug. The one who clings like a doof onto your sleeve because it knows you won't squash it. If it doesn't bug you, will you stay a while? I don't remember. School, random classroom, club meetings. Softly lit by the morning sun. Oh, interesting. Write all 3 poems for Sayori. So you could, I'm assuming you could do like all poems for Natsuki, all poems for Yuri, and you'll get different stuff. Attempt to load a save file after Sayori's death. Call Sayori for help. Still walk home with her. Review the file poemwords.txt for any anomalies. Wait. Because I looked at it, but I didn't really read it that much. Happiness, sadness, death, tragedy, alone. Energy. Sing, cry, dark rain cloud. Quieted rose, the promise, beauty. Close. Forgive, nature. Extraordinary, awesome, divine. That's cute words. Cute, fluffy, pure candy shopping, puppy kitty lipstick. Perfect. Doki Doki, kawaii. Cheeks. Hop, skipping, peace, spinning, twirling, poof. Bubbles whisper, summer. Waterfall. Swimsuit, vanilla. Nightgown, blanket. Unity, determination, suicide, imagination. Fulgent, Crimson Whirlwind, Vertigo, Since Ambient, Starry-scape, Ray, Contamination, Intellectual. Oh, 9:15. But let's try to. Let me change my clock time. To 9:15. And then maybe I'll just check all of them. I don't know. Okay. 15 a.m. Did I mean to do that? Internal. 915. 030. Nope, not that one. 1. Oh, maybe it's. Yardie's was like 113, but that's not one. Ah! Wait, no, this is already. Wait. I haven't seen this. Promising work on recording simulation activity into playable script. Playable, observable form, not a game. Stay focused, Hive. Pretending to type important things while waiting for everyone to get back on topic. 4:30. Still target end time. Assigning names to simulated entities for easier reference. A, B, C, D should suffice. 1, 2, 3. Using real names only encourages treating them like pets rather than simulated entities. Everyone is trying to come up with stupid names now. Control simulation. Create identical VM without entity A having elevated access permissions. Seems unlikely. Nothing has come close so far. Clone VM1. Same elevated access, but prevent the entity from discovering it. Seems tricky but plausible. Meeting time over again. Okay. Still target end time. So, meeting notes 3 was, I don't remember, I'm just gonna look. No, it wasn't 404 because that's DDLC. 501 maybe? Or that's 14. It was, what was it? Here. So if I change this to 4:30 maybe then I can. No, damn. I thought I was onto something. What if it's 4:30 p.m.? I didn't really specify this. No. But let's see if we can open any of the others. Oh! There it is! Operation Not a Game by iBlaster. Control simulation track 6 name ideas. Work together, discussion time, debate time, brainstorm, listen up, teamwork time, let's discuss. Let's teamwork, I'll handle it, leader take the lead. Text, face names, maybe for another track, 030, but I already knew that. 030. Track 6 name idea. Text face names, maybe for another track. 030. This one I need a time for, yes? It really makes me think that there is something in here. Because why else would... I guess this is not really related to the game. Whereas the poem words very much are. Huh. Okay, but I guess for now, we will leave this one here. I should have probably just done everything in its own video. Maybe at the end I'll do like a little summary video of all of the secrets. Or like all of the in-game files, you know? Because there's must be more. There's gotta be more. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for notifications when I put out new videos. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!